stop. Before you water that Monstera one more time, you need to hear this. I'm about to share the secret that took my dying, sad little Monstera from this to this jungle monster in just 6 months. And honestly, I wish someone had told me this 3 years ago when I first brought my plant baby home. Look, I know what you're thinking. Another plant video promising miracles. But here's the thing. I'm not selling you anything. I'm just a plant lover who finally cracked the code after watching my first Monstera barely survive for 2 whole years. 2 years of tiny leaves, no fenestrations, and honestly, embarrassment every time plant friends came over. But everything changed when I discovered what I'm about to show you. And if you want a living room that makes people gasp when they walk in, that stops conversations mid-sentence, you'll want to stick around. Hit that subscribe button to Friendly Plant right now because we're diving deep into Monstera secrets that most people will never know. Here's what nobody tells you when you buy your first Monstera. You've been lied to. Those care instructions on the little plastic stick? Incomplete. That advice from big box stores? Keeping your plant alive, but barely. I remember the day I realized I was failing my Monstera. It was my birthday, and my friend Sarah walked into my apartment with her Monstera cutting. This massive thing with leaves bigger than dinner plates, holes you could put your fist through. I looked at my sad little plant in the corner, the one I'd had for twice as long, with its small, solid leaves, and I felt like the world's worst plant parent. That night, I couldn't sleep. I needed answers. So I went on a research rampage. I read scientific papers, I joined obscure plant forums, I talked to greenhouse growers in Thailand where Monsteras grow like weeds. And what I found changed everything. The secret isn't just one thing. It's a perfect storm of 5 specific conditions that create what I call the Monstera growth explosion. When you get all 5 right, your plant doesn't just grow, it transforms. We're talking 2 to 3 new leaves per month. Leaves that double in size. Fenestrations that look like they belong in a botanical garden. Imagine walking into your living room and feeling that surge of pride, that connection to nature, that Instagram-worthy jungle aesthetic that makes your space feel alive, vibrant, and absolutely stunning. That's what we're after. Secret number 1, the light hack nobody talks about. Forget bright indirect light. That's too vague. Your Monstera wants 10,000, 20,000 lux for 12, 14 hours daily. I use a simple $15 light meter app on my phone. Game changer. Position your plant 3 or 5 feet from an east or west-facing window and watch what happens. When I moved my Monstera just 2 feet closer to my window, new leaf within 10 days. I'm not kidding. Secret number 2, the watering method that changes everything. Here's what transformed my plant. Bottom watering with aeration. Once a week, I place my Monstera pot in a basin with 2 to 3 inches of water for 20 minutes. But here's the secret sauce. I add an air stone, yes, like for fish tanks, to oxygenate the water. This prevents root rot while encouraging explosive root growth. Healthy roots, massive leaves, period. Secret number 3, the fertilizer cocktail. Write this down. I spent $200 trying different fertilizers. Here's what actually works. Liquid kelp, EWA plus worm, castings, plus diluted fish emulsion, rotated weekly. The kelp provides growth hormones, the worm castings feed beneficial microbes, and the fish emulsion delivers nitrogen for those huge leaves. My Monstera went from 1 leaf every 2 months to 3 leaves in 5 weeks with this combo. Secret number 4, the humidity. Secret that costs nothing. Your Monstera is from the tropical rainforest. It wants 60–80% humidity. But here's what the expensive humidifiers won't tell you. Grouping plants together creates a microclimate that can boost humidity by 15 to 20% naturally. Add a pebble tray underneath, and you're basically creating a mini rainforest. The day I moved my Monstera next to my pothos and philodendron, the aerial roots started going crazy. Those roots are the plant saying, yes, more of this. Secret number 5, the moss pole technique that nobody does correctly. This is the game changer. Most people buy those thin cocoa coir poles and wonder why nothing changes. You need a chunky moss pole, at least 3 inches thick, kept consistently moist. Your Monstera's aerial roots will attach and pull nutrients directly from the pole. Within 3 weeks of installing a proper moss pole, my Monstera's leaves grew 40% larger. Not exaggerating, I measured. When you combine all 5 of these secrets, magic happens. Real, measurable, incredible magic. Picture this. It's 6 months from now. You're hosting friends for dinner. Someone walks in and literally gasps. Is that real? They're staring at your Monstera, this magnificent creature with leaves the size of steering wheels. Fenestration so dramatic they look photoshopped, climbing up its moss pole like it owns the place. You'll catch yourself just staring at it sometimes, tracing those splits with your eyes, feeling that deep satisfaction that comes from nurturing something beautiful. Your home will feel different, more alive, more you. That's what proper Monstera care gives you. Not just a plant, an experience, a living sculpture that grows and changes and makes your space feel like a sanctuary. But here's why 2025 is crucial. Climate patterns are shifting. Summers are getting hotter. The growing season is changing. The plants that thrive will be the ones given optimal conditions. Now, before the unpredictable weather patterns make growing more difficult. Plus, the secret is getting out. More people are learning these techniques. In a year, everyone will know this stuff. But right now, you have the advantage. Listen, I've given you the roadmap, the exact 5-step system that took my Monstera from embarrassing to extraordinary. But information without action is just entertainment. So here's what I need you to do right now. First, subscribe to Friendly Plant. We're building a community of people who don't just keep plants alive, we help them thrive. We're posting advanced growing techniques every single week. Second, hit that bell icon so you don't miss our next video about the 3 mistakes that are stunting your Monstera's growth, even if you think you're doing everything right. Third, comment below. My Monstera will thrive in 2025. Say it out loud, commit to it, and let's make it happen together. Your dream living room, that lush jungle aesthetic that makes you excited to be home, it's not some distant fantasy. It's 6 months away, maybe less. Your Monstera is waiting. Let's make 2025 the year it becomes legendary. See you in the next video. Keep growing.